Hello, everyone. Welcome to Inconvenient Truths. I'm your host, Jennifer Zeng. The sudden death of former Chinese Premier Li Keqiang has sparked the largest memorial activities in human history, with more than 3 million people attending in just 2 days. Outside Li Keqiang's former residence, there is now an ocean of flowers. Beneath this sea of flowers is a volcano brewing and is about to erupt. Will the commemoration of Li Keqiang evolve into protests against Xi Jinping and bring greater challenges to the CCP? Today, let's discuss these issues. First, let's look at some of the fallout from the sudden death of Li Keqiang. The most notable phenomenon is that there are commemorations of Li Keqiang in dozens of cities across the country. The largest has been in Hefei City, Anhui Province, in front of Li Keqiang's former residence. This video shows that on October 28th and at around 4 p.m., there was a long line of people waiting to lay flowers. Some estimate that more than 3 million people came here to pay tribute to Li Keqiang over the course of 2 days, surpassing the 2.58 million people who made the Hajj pilgrimage to Mecca in 2019 and the 1.6 million people who made the pilgrimage to the Vatican in 1993. So this is the endless long line outside Li Keqiang's former residence in Hefei City in Anhui Province. The flower near his house later became more than 2 meters high. So this is another line waiting to come from another street, another direction. So all sorts of people coming here to pay their tribute. And this one is at Li Keqiang's hometown in Dingyuan County, Anhui Province. So the woman is saying, if you want to take videos, you shall take it while walking. Don't stay here. So they want people to leave as soon as they lay down their flowers. This is on October 29th. The public continued to gather outside Li Keqiang's former residence in Hefei City. Many blue-vest staff are maintaining order, asking people not to stay. This is the People Square in Li Keqiang's hometown, Chuzhou City, Anhui Province, on October 30th. This is a collection of tributes that have happened in different cities in China. This is an event in Zhengzhou, the capital city of Henan Province. Li Keqiang was the governor of Henan Province for many years. So this is Greenland Plaza. So these are the flowers at Zhengzhou Greenland Central Plaza. This is someone in Hefei City offering Li Keqiang a baozi. Baozi is a kind of steam bun. It is a food name, but also one of Xi Jinping's nicknames on the internet. So this is clearly a direct opposition against Xi Jinping. This is also a citizen in Hefei using buns to pay tribute to Li Keqiang. Only these buns have been slammed flat, symbolizing beating down Xi Jinping and venting anger on behalf of Li Keqiang. And at a Halloween event in Shanghai, someone wore this road sign over his head. I'm in Shanghai and I want you to die. Although he didn't say who he wanted to die, anyone who saw it basically understood that he wanted that dictator to die instead of Li Keqiang. From October 29th, a large number of uniformed blue-vested workers appeared in front of Li Keqiang's former residence and began to restrict and disperse people who came to pay their respects. In the early morning of October 31st, Beijing time, the CCP started to clean up the flowers outside the former residence of Li Keqiang. As for universities and colleges, internet platforms, government agencies, etc., they have long been informed that they are not allowed to gather outside and express inappropriate opinions online and offline. From the current situation, it seems that the officials are closely monitoring and controlling the development of the situation. For example, on the side of Zhengzhou Greenland Central Plaza, the authorities have urgently installed cameras. According to the tech savvy, they are not just simple cameras, but also information collection devices that can capture the IMSI International Mobile Subscriber Identification Number of the cell phones, so that the authorities can get hold of the personal information of all the people who have visited that place. Whether the CCP will be able to keep the situation under control in the next step is something that should continue to be closely watched. Regarding the cause of Li's death, one of the most widely circulated and accepted theories is that someone, upon learning that Li would swim around 11 a.m., added drugs that cause heart paralysis or loss of consciousness to his breakfast or drink. This led to sudden heart attack symptoms while Li was swimming. The nearby guards, who were well prepared, pretended to rescue him, but in reality, it resulted in him drowning. When it was determined that Li's breathing had been interrupted for more than 5 minutes, the medical staff was notified to enter the swimming pool, by which time brain death had already set in, and the medical team could only perform routine actions such as CPR and cardiac injections while waiting for the ambulance to arrive. The hospital to which Li was sent was also selected in advance in the name of proximity. They specifically avoided the top hospital, Zhongshan Hospital. Instead, they sent him to a Chinese medicine hospital called Shuguang Hospital. In fact, Li Keqiang was already dead when he was carried to the ambulance. Now look at this map. The place inside the orange circle in the middle is the Dongjiao State Guest Hotel, where Li Keqiang was staying. The orange circle above is the Huashan Hospital, affiliated to Fudan University, and below is the Shuguang Hospital. It is obvious that the Huashan Hospital is much closer to Dongjiao State Guest Hotel. So why wasn't Li sent to Huashan Hospital, which is not only closer, but but much better than Shuguang Hospital. Now look at this map. The circle on the far right is Shuguang Hospital, and the other 5 circles are the other 5 better hospitals, all very close. As we all know, Chinese medical hospitals are generally better at treating chronic diseases, and the top level of cardiovascular disease rescue treatment in Shanghai is Zhongshan Hospital, which is among the top 3 hospitals in China, with a rescue success rate of 96%. Huashan and Ruijin hospitals are also very good and much better than Shuguang Hospital in terms of treating cardiovascular diseases. So why not send Li Keqiang to the best cardiology hospital instead of a less suitable Chinese medicine hospital? In China, officials who have reached the level of premier are treated with a specialized medical team at all times, even after retirement. So how can they not understand this? I used to work in the Development Research Center of the State Council of China. This organization, as a research institution under the State Council, also has a special designated hospital. For example, my prenatal checkups and delivery were conducted at Beijing Maternity Hospital, which is located just opposite the Development Research Center of the State Council. That was our designated hospital. Even an ordinary staff member like me had a designated hospital. For someone at the level of the premier, who was once the second most important figure in China, it's impossible not to have a designated hospital. In fact, a senior nurse in the CCP Central Health Bureau said, 1. If Li Keqiang had a history of heart disease, it was absolutely impossible to let him swim. Otherwise, if anything happened, his doctors and nurses would certainly be jailed. 2. If Li Keqiang was healthy enough to swim, at least 3 to 5 guards would accompany him. It was impossible for him to swim alone. 3. CCP top leaders are always surrounded by a rescue team and equipment, so there's generally no need to call an ambulance for common heart issues. In her 30 years of experience working at the Central Health Bureau, she finds the situation about Li's death reported in the news jaw-dropping and absolutely impossible to occur. Yao Chen, a former lieutenant colonel in the CCP Navy, stated that according to his resources, relatives and friends of Li Keqiang mentioned that they lost contact with him after he appeared in Dunhuang on August 31st. Before this year's Mid-Autumn Festival, which is on September 29th, his family tried to invite him to Hefei City for the festival through Li's secretary, but they did not receive a reply. After his retirement, Li Keqiang expressed his intention to return to Hefei soon to meet with relatives, friends, and classmates. However, it never came to fruition. There are also rumors that Li Keqiang's wife, Chen Hong, sent a message to her close friend that Li Keqiang was killed and demanded that an autopsy be performed on Li Keqiang's body. Gu Wanming, a well-known former Xinhua news agency reporter who is now retired, has issued an open letter proposing the establishment of an investigation team to find out the cause of Li Keqiang's death, with specific demands including stopping the arrangement for the cremation of the body, thoroughly investigating the whole process of the rescue efforts, and disclosing all the circumstances, conducting an autopsy on the remains, setting up a funeral committee, giving Li Keqiang the burial specifications he deserved, and so on. When coming to this point, I must say that the death of Li Keqiang is indeed strange in various ways. After the death of former CCP head Jiang Zemin, a funeral committee headed by Xi Jinping was set up on the same day, only a few hours after the news was announced. Li Keqiang has been dead for 5 days now, and no funeral committee has been set up yet. Not only that, when CCP Foreign Minister Wang Yi visited the U.S., according to the White House, U.S. President Biden expressed his condolences on the passing of former Premier Li Keqiang. But when the CCP's mouthpiece Xinhua reported this news, it deleted this sentence and changed it to Biden sent greetings to President Xi Jinping. However, the White House readout didn't mention Xi Jinping at all. Some say that Xi Jinping is utterly shameless, even trying to snatch the condolence meant for the deceased. Today, October 21st, the CCP official stated Comrade Li Keqiang's body will be cremated on November 2nd, and flags will be flown at half-mast at places including Tiananmen Square to express mourning. This brief message only mentions that Li Keqiang's body will be cremated on November 2nd and does not provide any information regarding a farewell ceremony or memorial service, which appears to be highly unusual. Wen Zhao, a Chinese language YouTuber living in Canada, conducted a poll on the X platform, and of the 18,082 people who voted, nearly 65% believed that Li Keqiang was murdered, while only 16% believed that he died of a natural cause, and another 19% believed that his death was an accident, but there was no conspiracy. That is to say, the overwhelming majority of people believe that Li Keqiang was murdered. Logically speaking, to clear his own name and reduce speculation from the public and his party colleagues, Xi Jinping should properly organize a memorial service for Li Keqiang. Why isn't he doing this? I believe there are two reasons. First, Xi Jinping's personality is such that he prefers to act brashly. He also cares a great deal about saving face and would find it hard to lower himself to hold a grand funeral for a political enemy he despises and a subordinate who was only a loser. The second reason is the lack of cooperation from Li Keqiang's family. If Li Keqiang's wife insists on an autopsy and refuses to attend the funeral, how can the memorial service proceed? What everyone is closely paying attention to now is whether tomorrow, on the day of Li Keqiang's cremation in Beijing, there will be large-scale public commemoration activities in Beijing and other cities in China. Whether these commemoration activities will further evolve into protests against Xi Jinping and the CCP. In summary, in today's extremely unstable political climate, Li Keqiang's sudden death has undoubtedly added greater uncertainty. What will happen next? And how will that affect the world? Let's continue to watch closely. Well, that's all for today. Please like, share, and comment on my videos. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel or check your subscription status. Additionally, you can visit my website at jenniferzengblog.com, for membership and donations to support my work. In these rapid changing times, I believe independent voices like mine are crucial. Thank you. See you next time.